What a fight. So Sean Strickland won, he is the new champion, but was it the right call? Now when I say what a fight, I mean in the sense that it was grueling. Both guys pretty much emptied the gas tank, they gave everything, nothing was left. And when I say what a fight, I don't mean it in the sense it was the most eye-catching, jaw-dropping, technical fight full of just jaw-dropping moments. No, it wasn't that sort of fight, but it was just, as I said, a grueling affair. Now, Sean Strickland won a split decision. Was it the right call? Well, we're going to go through the rounds one by one, and I'll give you my thoughts. So round one started exactly how I predicted. I mean, this was perfection, spot on. Hamzah Chimaev shot more or less straight away. Within like 15 seconds, he secured the takedown, and for the remainder of round one, he was just on top. He had pretty much control of the entire round, and I think everyone I've not actually seen a different, sorry about that, I've not actually seen a different opinion yet, but Hamzah Chimaev across the board won round one. No arguments, no complaints. But the key in this round for me, watching it, is that Sean Strickland, despite losing the round, he never actually sustained any damage, which was key and critical for going into round two. So round two, both guys start back on their feet. If we're used to seeing Hamzah Chimaev, the complete version of who he is in round one, I have no idea who we saw in round two because it was a different fighter completely. I think most of people are calling it an adrenaline dump of some kind, but he was completely flat. He was spent, he had nothing at all in the gas tank it seemed, and alarm bells ringing everyone, because that was a completely different fighter, and Sean Strickland got himself into the, just slobbered everywhere, got himself into the fight, which was key. He was working really well in the stand-up, his jabs, he was asserting himself and getting used to and the feeling of being in there after having that whole time in round one down on the ground. So it was so important, not just in the context of leveling up in the fight, one apiece, but getting a semblance and building some sort of momentum going into round three. But that, again, was an easy round to score, Sean Strickland. So now we're at 1-1. Should also note, the moments where Hamzah Chimaev tried to drag the fight down to the ground, what a terrific defense from Sean Strickland. Now, of course, it was laboured efforts, but still completely switched on, and then there was even moments where he had top position, which was really key, so I should add that as well. But even more to add to his case of it being 1-1, if anyone has any disparity. I mean, I don't know how you can, because it was as clear as day. It was as clear for me as round one was. Now the third round. So round three, the biggest point there in round three was that Hamzah Chimaev did not attempt a single takedown. His bread and butter, he did not attempt whatsoever, but I did feel that in round three he started to kind of regather himself a little bit. But the entire fight in round three was completely on its feet, and I'll get to the striking in just a second, but for, well, the jabs and whatnot and the right hands and everything else we saw. But something that surprised me was the leg kicks and just body kicks, and kicks in general were a non-factor in this fight. Neither guy really utilised it with any serious intent, which I think was a trick missed. Could have made either one of those guys' lives easier in this fight. We saw a couple from Chimaev, but again, it was just really trying to score shots. I don't think they weren't really hit with any, he didn't throw them with any venom behind it. But anyway, so round three, I thought Sean Strickland's striking was better, his accuracy was better, his jabbing was really effective, and for me, again, I just think his work was clearer and cleaner, and I didn't think that, even though I made the point about the leg kicks, I think that Chimaev in round three didn't really have much venom behind his shots either, even though Sean Strickland would eventually kind of have bloody nose, but that was kind of later on in the fight. But round three, again, I can't see how you score that for Chimaev. I just think, as I said, Sean Strickland's work was better in that round, and again, at this point, he's now comfortable, having had the success in round two. So yeah, round three, Sean Strickland, no arguments, anyone? Round four. So this is where the scales tipped back again. So Hamzah Chimaev, for me, won round four very easily. His striking was really good, he was jabbing really effectively, and he was starting to push Strickland back, and in round four, Strickland was throwing, but it was just more from a defensive approach, almost to try and just keep Chimaev at bay and away from him. He wasn't really landing anything of great significance at all, and to cement the round, if there's any arguments, Chimaev did score the takedown towards the end within the last minute, which again, as I've said, it secured it for me, and I think for most people at this point. have the round for Chimaev. So now we are 2-2 going into the 5th and final round. Round 5, the last 5 minutes of the fight. How did I see it? Well, both guys, again, the fight started on its feet as every round does, both guys throwing their jabs, but I think Strickland was definitely more eye-catching for me. His jab was better, he was up on the significant strikes. I don't think it was it almost double? I don't know, he outlanded Chimaev, and that was a big talking point. And the other key for me is, and I think Strickland deserves a lot of credit for this, was when Chimaev did shoot to try and get the takedown, he never really got anywhere with it in round 5, and that was a big moment because that could have been what tipped the scales in his favour in round 5. But I think that Strickland deserves props for the defence he showed and for the way he was controlling the fight in those, or keeping the lid on things in those moments in the fight and on his stand-up. And for me, after re-watching it again, I gave the round to Sean Strickland. So now, at this point, it is 3-2 to Sean Strickland. He is the new middleweight champion, and that is my view on the fight.